This is our youth. Observing, learning, growing, and adapting to the world around us. The world is their mentor. As the world changes around them, they change too. But as they grow, no longer being the child they once were, they accompany many new experiences. One of the most common being cannabis. Perceptions may convince that cannabis has no risks, but the truth lies more beyond the knowledge we may possess. Many of these risks relate to the effect it has on our mental health. Effects while being high include issues like lack of attention, problems maintaining memories of what's happening around you, and your concentration. Not only can this directly affect who you are as a person, but it can affect your mood and relationships around you. Mental health is a significant factor of who you are as an individual. Taking the risk of using cannabis can have a toll on your mental strength, what helps us persevere in rough times. Not only is developing depression a risk, but being on the brink of developing schizophrenia is a risk too. Paranoia consumes who we are as individuals when we feel surrounded by walls that are not there. These short-term effects of cannabis can include paranoia, fear, stress, and loneliness. This is our youth. Know the risks. Stop the risks.
Marijuana sa drug suspects.
Of marijuana hit a major roadblock.
Lamang cannabis na mas kilala sa tawag na marijuana.
Marijuana.
Share with you my subjective experience with psychological marijuana withdrawal along with side effects from daily usage of this substance. My primary purpose is to further educate the public with my subjective experience and give addicts and their loved ones hope. What I wanted to do was just lay around, which is the worst thing to do, but it's really hard when you have a chemical imbalance in your brain to get up and start functioning in society and doing things. Anxiety would make the depression worse, vice versa. It's almost like they fueled each other. And the depression led to lack of motivation. So I wouldn't want to do anything at all.
On the effects of cannabis on the brain. It simply wasn't a priority until recently. So what we're doing is batteries of cognitive testing and MRI scans and functional MRI scans to try to understand the cognitive impact of marijuana use as well as its effects on the function and the structure of the brain. One of the most well-replicated findings in the cannabis literature are the effects of cannabis on memory. So if you are a frequent cannabis user and you've smoked for a long time, you'll have memory problems. What we found in our lab is that this is dependent on the age at which you start using marijuana. So we tested a group of people, they were all young adults between 18 and 25 years old, and we did memory testing. And we found that the students who started using marijuana later, so 17, 18 years old plus, didn't really show the decline in memory performance. But the students who started using at age 14 or 15 showed a remarkable decline in memory. The intersection of cannabis use and disorders such as anxiety and depression. People might think that cannabis helps with their depression, but what we see is that people have worse symptoms when they use cannabis. And that's something that hasn't been studied very well.